Hey guys, Wonderboat here with the Mag1 Community Clinic. What do we have? Kind of some nice packs here. I actually like all of them except for maybe the training spec. How about we go Speedy? Nice health pool. Good units that incorporate the speed really well. And we're up against a supply pack with the newly buffed Void Eyes. We just got a patch today. Although the nerfed Tarantulas, they lost 5% HP. So in this matchup, of course, we're happy to have Steel Balls against the Tarantulas. These Void Eyes do represent a ton of DPS, though, so we absolutely will need Crawlers, no question. And, sorry guys, but I don't like these recommended formations, so we're going to be building our own. So, I like to have my stuff very close to the line, and I like to kind of spread out my units a little bit. I like to have my Crawlers split on the Arc Lights, because, you know, splash will affect them less. And, you know, spread out your balls so that you have threats coming in from a couple different angles. I always look at these holes here as, you know, future plans, right? Like, I can fit a Scorpion there if needed, that sort of thing. So something like that. And then this guy, I mean, there's many options for this particular Arc Light. We'll just put him in front of the tower. All right, another Crossfire. So let's do a little quick technology check. Looks like kind of defensive, like sort of utility in the middle. Tarantulas have the classic loadout, you know, sort of most of the way towards a carry. So what's the plan here? Well, I will need Upshoot next round, right? He doesn't have much chaff for now, so I don't feel like a massive need to buy more Arc Lights immediately. And I want to stay flexible because, you know, the first 4 turns, what you're really thinking about is that first unit reinforcement. And sometimes really what that comes down to is just buying your anti-air, buying a bunch of chaff, and then, you know, turn on your game plan. All right, round 2. There is some unit modifying cards here. I don't think I want to keep Mustangs nor extended range Phantom Rays. Mass-produced Wraith, though. Pretty great card. And, you know, with Speed Specialist, I feel like it's pretty nice as well in a Crossfire. I'd say Laser Sight is an incredible card. Like, not auto-pick at all, but pretty good. But let's try this Mass-produced Wraith. I believe I did leave myself exactly 30 meters on the corner. And how I did this was, you know, on round 1, you can't build on the line. 20 meters are sort of gated at the start. So I put it 10 off the fake line. And then when the 20 meters unlocked, I have exactly this hole here. So just something you can think about doing in your own aggro play, if that interests you. And my tower's pretty screwed. I don't think there's much I can do about it. So I'm just going to let it happen. Let's develop this crawler here. This crawler is really important if you go for these corner Wraith plays. The idea is that eventually he'll put a Phoenix or a Marksman here, and so you just absolutely need this. Ooh, he is Wraithin as well. Another Void Eye as well, so he wanted to DPS these balls, I guess. Let me check if they're mass-produced. Yeah, of course. Okay. What can I say about our position? So he could click the flying mode, right? Aerial mode at some point and be pretty dominant in the sky. And so that makes me really want to lean into my anti-air, right? Like, I think this could turn into an arms race where both players are buying Wraiths, and whoever gets more levels, the earlier techs and all that, can come out ahead. Stuff like equipment is also pretty important. So I want to make sure I don't slack on that. And if I do slack on it, I want to transition very well, right? Like, the moment I lose the Wraith battle, immediately go into either Melter, Marksman, whatever it may be. But, you know, the first round, not too bad. Some ball levels are absolutely wonderful here. Okay, this is a big turn. So it is round 3, and these options are completely wild. My read on these units is that, you know, this game really does come down to this Wraith battle for now. Although I would argue there's a chance to completely pivot out, right? Like, I could sell my Wraith, go into like 4 Hounds, or even just take the Phoenix, right? Then I kill all his Wraiths. Maybe his Wraiths don't look good. But I think because I have these ball levels, I can support a really strong Wraith game. So I think I will just take the Phoenix because I like having single target. It's like the one thing my composition lacks. We'll line it up to kill his Wraith. And, this Wraith here, pretty irrelevant, right? We'll just fortify and boom, we're done. No problemo. Definitely taking the ball levels. I wouldn't be surprised if he does the same thing here. In Crossfires, you usually want to just level up both towers. So I'll just do it right now. And Melter was offered, and so what we're going to do to respect that is have this crawler here. So now we have a crawler here and a crawler here, and that represents enough safety for my Wraith, hopefully. I mean, he can like missile, but yeah, that's the idea. And let's do a corner crawler. Okay, so what did he do? He took Hounds. So what's good against Hounds? Well, the Wraith, of course. So we're feeling fine about that. We have some Arclights as well, certainly not bad. His biggest issue with his composition is his lack of DPS, right? Now that my ball's leveled, it represents sort of a new threat. Especially against his fortified towers, by the way, which he did fortify the right one. So he really needs to either get Wraith levels and take the floating artillery array, aka 8-gun, or he needs to, buy a new unit, something like a Scorpion. I suppose another option is to like try and go heavy into the rays, but he doesn't have charge shot, which would be your DPS option. So yeah, I think he really has to lock in on these upcoming turns or he's going to get smoked in the mid game. I have most of my composition sorted out. My main weakness is that I'm underdeveloped in the Wraith area. But he has incentivized me to do that more because he bought all the Hounds. So hopefully we just fill everything out this turn and things look good. All right, so I mentioned equipment being important, but thankfully no levels. Obviously levels plus equipment equals OPOP. But yeah, nobody has them. Another thing is, yeah, I have these level balls, so heavy armor just seems incredible. This card is good ultra late game, but yeah, I'm feeling like it's Tempo City. Smoke Bomb, not too important in a Crossfire. Like, it's okay, but against me, it's like almost useless. All right, so question is, if I buy my race, do I tech them? Where do I put them? That sort of thing. I think I'm happy to continue to concentrate my forces. I just feel very outgunned in this area. I don't feel like getting cheeky up here. So let's just, fix the one part of our composition that I feel is lacking, which is our chaff clear and air plan. And I recommend you almost always start with range on Wraiths. And honestly, it's not just for safety, but it also like sort of increases their chaff clear because their weapon system is unique compared to most weapons in the game. They look for individual targets to shoot with their gun, right? So if they only see one target, then all 5 guns go towards that target. But if you see 5 targets, each gun, or sorry, 4. If you see 4 targets, then each 4 of the guns will target a different thing. And so by having range, you're sort of allowing more units to be in their crosshairs, basically. All right, so you can see it's just a concentrated battle versus a concentrated battle. I mean, he has some defense, but it gets kind of crushed. I don't know if I'll ever go into the plan of defending my tower fully or not. We'll see. It just seems really hard. But, with Speed SBC, our tower dynamics are just great, right? Like, we got the tower much before him. Our Phoenix is being so helpful against the Wraith. We've got him pretty low here already on round 5. Got a Wraith level, that's nice. All right, round 5. Kind of whatever cards. I mean, he could take Elite Hacker, especially with the oil, and take my blue balls. I mean, honestly, that is annoying. I could read that and take the advanced shield and just do shield here. It may be an evergreen shield, right? It may just never die. It's an interesting thought. This is one of those complicated turns. I have so much money and there's so many plays available that, with limited time, I just got to choose. So let's take this. I think these bubbles are also pretty valuable against like sentry missiles. I'm like sort of trying to cover the arc lights as well. We're going to go one more enhance. We're going to go for Wraith level. I kind of want 8-gun. I would have to loan to afford it, which seems fine, I think. A little bit early to loan, but, you know, we're sort of getting close to that point. Is there anything behind the tower? No, I mean, sure, we can... Oh, but it cost me a deploy to ball his flank. I guess I won't. Yeah, we'll keep it simple. We'll just, I'm going to do a crawler here. I find this to be an interesting play where you, like, layer them, because a sentry doesn't hit both of them. And you do need those shallow flanks to stop lock-ons. Let's also give this guy a screen. And, yeah, temp speed is fantastic, I think, as we're trying to get through that oil. So he's thinking the same thing I am. We're deep into Wraiths, you know, we got to commit. But, you know, my trump card really is this Phoenix, right? They're just so efficient at killing enemy Wraiths. You can see the extra Fortify here. Pretty clutch, I would argue. Yeah, that felt pretty good. You know, could even be one more next round. Like, in Crossfires, don't feel afraid to get them. You know, they're not as expensive as you think, and the output is just insane. Like, if you do the math on how much HP you get per supply, it is, like, wildly good. I think especially the first one. That cost 100. So yeah, once again, pretty good tower dynamics. Did we lose our bird? I guess we did. That's tragic. And we lose the tower. So I think something happened to my bird. So that makes me wonder, am I supposed to range that bird? Because, you know, it's weird to tech one unit, but on the same token, you know, he's level 4 and he is kind of our trump card. So let's see, round 6. Obviously, Farseer is good against air, and there's an EMP option on it. But I wonder if that's not really the right, you know, focus here. Like, this worm, there's not a lot of DPS on the board. I also wonder if I can start defending myself a little bit. But I think I probably won't. I'll take the sandworm. And these levels are fantastic. Temp speed as usual. Loan again. And I think I do believe in this extra fortification. Now, what else is there to do? I guess we just keep getting more chaff. I think at some point I need to tech, like, loose crawler. I'm pretty sure that's okay against Wraith. Not like a fantastic, but sort of good enough. Let's see how this goes. I want to pay attention to my Phoenix and see how it's dying. Maybe that'll give me a clue into how I can protect it. Oh my gosh, that was kind of unhinged. All right, takes the Farseer with EMP. It's going to be really fantastic into my Wraiths, but the good news is that my Sandworm should be feeling all right about it. His tower is up to level 3. So mine's 4, his is 3. Mine's 1, his is 1. So pretty equal-ish on the tower game. All right, pay attention to the Phoenix, guys. Oh, don't be a hero. Oh no. Even just losing 1 is brutal, and we lost 2. Okay. I don't feel like range would really do much to keep it alive. I'm not 100% sure, though. It's so annoying that I'm like, I have a stronger army than him, but, you know, kind of unfortunate pathing and all that. That's all right. Let's see. What do we have? Okay, so his oil's off cooldown, thankfully, because, yeah, there's a fire option. Does he have a lot of chaff? No, he doesn't, right? So I don't really care about the oil stuff myself. So I think we keep it simple here and take the advanced targeting. I don't think it's, like, incredible here, but I think it's fine. I'm going to immediately temp range. It wouldn't really make sense to take that card and not temp range, because if you think about it, temp range is way more efficient than this card. From, like, a ROI, like, return on investment sort of perspective relative to other similar cards. All right, so it's full tempo city. How much HP do you get for this last one here? You get 100k for 300 bucks. It's not bad. I also wonder if we want to range our bird, you know? I could also do the ball thing that I talked about a while back, but I feel like, do they turn? That's the question. Oh, it says no. All right, we'll give it a try. I mean, it's cheesy, but, you know, that's part of Mechabellum. You got to punish that stuff. I guess it's crawler tech time. I'm really not 100% sure that these techs do much against Wraiths, but, I mean, we're here to learn, right? So, may as well learn together. Ooh, I like this move from him. This is a great play. Oh, I have a genius Phoenix, though. Okay, the ball's going to get in. We did not level the tower to 5. Somewhat regret that, but it's okay. I feel like we're in a fantastic position this round, though. And he's only got 1k health. Like, look at this timing here. And this timing might keep our tower safe, which has been, you know, kind of what's been screwing us in the past. I think he sold his... No, his Farseer's right there. Down it goes. We got the worm left. We got some balls left. Got our Phoenix horse. And I imagine we close it out. Yep. Nice. All right. The opponent did a great job this game. I liked what he did. I feel like he didn't diversify enough, though. You know, this Wraith was obviously a mistake. If he just left the one down here, that's something. But, yeah, interesting game there. I feel like the key really was having that Phoenix, getting the early ball levels. And otherwise, it was kind of tit for tat. We both had the same game plan of, you know, giga level towers and all that. So, yeah, kind of a cool game. This has been Wonderboat with the Mag1 Community Clinic. Thanks for watching.